In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, I'd like to show you how to delete the ending effect of a motion graphics title. The video you see on the screen will work great for a promo for my shirt manufacturer, and I'd like to use a motion graphic title, but I don't want to use the ending. I like the starting effect, but I don't want to use the ending effect. Is there a way to do that? Let me show you a workaround that I discovered that might be useful for you. So what I'm going to do is get a motion graphic title. I can click on the T on the left side or press the F7 key to get to my title room. Then I need to find a motion graphic title. I happen to know I have one in my minimalist titles pack. Let's see, let's click on this one and see if that looks good. I think that might work, so I can drag it down and drop it in a higher numbered track. I'll use track 2. And now we're going to edit it. We can double click on it or press the F2 key to get into the title designer. We're going to change a couple things about it, obviously. I'm going to change the text that says Best Video Editor. Highlight that and change that to Styled for Today. I think I'll leave that white with the same font. We'll click on the down arrow and go to the PowerDirector text, replace that with the name of our company, and I'm going to change that text color to a maroon and click on OK. The next thing I want to do is I want to resize my motion graphic title. I'll click on any corner, we'll drag, we'll enlarge it, and then we'll reposition it in the lower right corner. This will work for me. I'll click on OK. But before I do, I want you to see what it does in terms of starting and ending effects. We'll go back to the beginning and we'll play in the preview screen. I like the beginning. It hangs on the screen for a bit, and then about the last second or so, it ends. But I don't like the ending. Let's take our playhead and move it in that last segment. And here we see what happens. My primary name of my company goes down, hides behind the box. The box begins to unravel, as it were, and then everything fades out. I don't want that. I would just like it to stay on the screen and either slowly fade or just end. So let's see what we can do to disable the ending effect. I'm going to click on OK because I can't do it here in the title designer. I've discovered that if the ending effect doesn't have enough time to trigger, you won't see it. And that happens if you shorten the duration of your motion graphic title to end just after the beginning. So I'm going to take my playhead, I'm going to drag it in, I'm going to watch the beginning, and somewhere around 1 second, 24 frames or so, in that range, I have everything on the screen the way it's going to be. So what I want to do is shorten my title to that duration. So I'm going to take my mouse and drag to the left. And when everything looks like it's where it ought to be, I'll let go. And now, when I play my title, it's so short it has time to start, but not to give me an ending effect. Now I have a problem here in that my title is shorter than I want it to be. How can I fix that? I'm going to do that by taking a picture of that frame. Now before I do that, I have to disable every track that's above my title track. In my case, I only have one, so I'll click on the checkbox to the left of the video on track number 1. Then I'm going to click on my title track, make sure I'm in my clip mode up here, press the End key. That gets me to the last frame. Then I'll do a Control P as in Peter to give me a still image of that frame. I'll give it a title. We'll just call it Title 5. Press Enter, and now I've copied that. What I want to do now is turn the video back on the lower track, and then we'll go back to our media room. I look in my media room and now I have my title, which really isn't a title, it's simply a screenshot. And I'll drag and drop and let it sit right behind my motion graphic title. I have another problem here. I look on this particular image and I have a black background. How can I fix that? I'll double click on this image and it will put me into the pip designer, because this is no longer a title, it's an image. And then we're going to drag down on the left side to the chroma key area. I'll turn on chroma key. I'll take my eyedropper and I'll take the black and turn that to invisible. And I'll click on OK. And now I have a title followed by an image that's been chroma keyed to let me see the background. So when I go to the beginning of this particular clip and play it, I have the advantage of the introductory animation, but I don't have any ending animation. And I can stretch out this title for as long as I want, so it can be on the screen as much as I desire. I can lengthen it or shorten it, whatever I prefer. Now, if I do want a little bit of animation at the end of the title, I can go to my transition room and I'll take something simple like a little fade and drag it, drop it down. And it's way too big in this case, so I'll shorten it. And now I have my title coming on animated. We'll click to movie mode. My title's animated like I like. It stays on the screen for the duration that I want. And then in the end, in this case, I decided let's just fade it out. And so that's a way in which you can disable the ending animation of a motion graphic title and compensate for it in CyberLink PowerDirector.